State 4 reasons why it is important to have a well-written resume when applying for a job. Why should you have a well-written resume?
To make you
Impress the employer.
a good candidate.
So here too. To the two of them, I'm gonna put to attract potential employers and attract the potential employer. So that will kind of embody both of what you said, right? To make you a good candidate and to get the attention of the employer. It could help you stand out. So you could leave a lasting impression. Could stand out among other resumes. Remember the resume that they get and the application is the first impression of you, right? They want a good first impression. Somebody asked if you could do 2021 next. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're doing 2023, 2022, 2021. And if somehow it's not 10 o'clock by then, 2020. That is my plan for tonight. Better chance of getting an interview. So you have 5 reasons here. Attract potential employers, leave a lasting impression, stand out among other resumes, make a good first impression, increase your chances of getting an interview, right? So being shortlisted for an interview. Everybody agree with this?
Yes, sir.
Remember, tell you you're gonna have to write something, huh? So this one you have your filing. I just checking to see something real quick in the meantime. Photocopy, right. See, you gotta write minutes in this one. So every one of them, you're gonna have to write something. Every OE paper, right? So let's be prepared for that. Let's work out. So the list below provides names of persons who applied for positions in the organization. Mary Rose Ali, Mr. R. Al, H.D. Ali, with an E, Dr. O. Ali. All right? We write names in the correct indexing order. The first name has been inserted. So Ali went first. So I guess we're just writing them in order. We're not writing them in filing order, right? We're just writing them how they would be filed. So Mr. R. Al, he'll put the last name first. Al. He'll put first name after. R. And then he'll put middle name. And this is so easy because if it wasn't sure, look, they did it for you in the first one, right? They put the last name first, then they put the first name after, and then they put the middle name. And look here, they also put indexing order surnames first. So they couldn't make it easier. Ali, H, D. Ali. Oh, oh. Now these they want to put in alphabetical filing order. The following list of applicants has already been indexed. Arrange the names in alphabetical order. So remember it's last name, first name, middle name. So when we put them in alphabetical order, we're looking at the last names. So it have Simmons, McIntosh, O'Toole, and Mayers Hamilton. It's not Hamilton, it's Mayers Hamilton. So the last name is Mayer, starts with M. So the first name would be Mayers Hamilton, right? Because M comes before O and S. And there's two M's. So when there's two last names with M's, they look at the second letter. And A comes before C. So Mayers Hamilton will be first. They put the last name first. Mayers Hamilton. Then you put the first name, which will be Anna. And then you put the middle name, S. The second name in order will be the McIntosh. They put McIntosh first. MC Intosh. Then you put the first name, Shani. And then you put the middle name, A. Third one now, O'Toole and then Simmons. Toole is not the last name. The last name is O'Toole. So O comes before S. Giselle will be third. Right? Some people might get the chain up and think S comes before T and then put Simmons, but it's not Toole, it's O'Toole. So O Toole or Toole, whatever the name is, for the last name. Then you put the first name, Giselle, and then you put the middle name. And finally, Simmons, for the last name first. Then the first name. Then the middle name. Number one completed. Not too bad. Let's go to number two. Oh, nothing. The main functions of the office in an organization is to disseminate information. Identify 3 channels of communication by which information can be disseminated. What are 3 channels of communication?
Written,
Written,
Visual.
written, visual,
Face to face.
face-to-face. So
oral communication,
oral conversation. So channels of communication, right? So you all are naming out types of communication. Types of communication are written, oral, visual, and electronic.
oh, so the
Right?
mean
Those are types,
letters
right?
and things.
Right.
Oh,
Channels
I
of
know understand.
communication.
I know
Channels
understand.
of communication will be like letters, emails, face-to-face
So
conversation.
video conferencing,
Yeah, right. Video conferencing, like what we're doing now. Meetings. Telephone calls. You all understand? You all understand the difference, right?
yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right. State 2 ways in which photocopying documents in a central location can be advantageous to an organization. So they want to know advantages of centralization. Right? What are some advantages of photocopying documents in a central location, as opposed to all different departments having their own photocopying machine. Firstly, well, there's a major benefit that sticks out. You have a photocopy machine for every department, so you just buy 3 photocopy machines, and that will be and everybody will do that, use those. What's you saving there?
Save money.
All right, so it's cost effective. What else?
Easier to access the document.
Time.
Not easy access, it will be easier for it to be in the own department.
So it's easier to access if it's in your own department, but it will be done more efficiently if it's done in a centralized location, because it will be done by people who are photocopying documents over and over again, right? So they'll be better at it.
Yes, sir. The work will be of good quality.
So you can say more efficient. All right. So they say 2, so we have 3. Say 2 items of information found in the notice of a meeting. So if I'm giving you a notice about a meeting, what should I
Time.
probably tell you? The time of the meeting.
And the
What else?
location of
And
the
with what they have
Location, the
and
dates.
dates. Yeah.
What else? Are we meeting?
Agenda.
The
Discuss.
the agenda or the topic. Even if you don't have the whole agenda, you could even just have the topic that's being discussed, what the meeting will be about. Right? Then the general meeting of Student Council of First Class Center was held on Wednesday, the 4th of May, 2022. The following notes were written during the meeting. Blah, 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 blah. Using suitable headings, write the minutes of the meeting from the notes given on page 8. So I'm going to send a screenshot of the notes, and then we'll go through the notes, and you'll write up some minutes, right? So zoom out a little bit, so I can get the whole thing in one picture. Zoom out a little more. I will zoom back in the orange. It's just so I can get the picture. All right, 1 second. What time of you can read it? You can read it?
Yes, sir.
It's just me that blind then.
It kind of blurry.
Because I can't read that at all. All right, so I'm gonna take it in pieces then, right? Because I can read it.
So you want me to send it?
Sure. Well, I think I'm getting through though. No, I'm getting through. I'm gonna send it in 2 pieces. Or you think you could send it in one go without it being blurry? I say, you think you can send it in one go without it being blurry? If you could, then go ahead. See Dr. So sentence and pieces, so there are options. Alright, so they say, notes to the meeting held in the business department, meeting room, started at 3 p.m., meeting ended at 5 p.m., we'll meet again on Wednesday and evening, so we sensitivity at the same time. We thank you, Lester, see regarding the transfer, the place of the structure and school, register, or to say she could not attend. Everybody else was there. The chair performed her usual duty dedicated to the meeting. Outstanding information from the previous meeting was read. The report for the first quarter was sent to the principal. Many relevant discussions. Many relevant discussions took place about the annual pay. Alright, so we are going to put the dates. We are going to put those who were in attendance. We are going to put those who were absent. We're going to state, since the chairman did his usual duties, it means the previous minutes should have been read and approved. No, sorry, you put the location, the start time, the date and the start time. You put that the chairman, the duty, the minutes for the previous meeting were read and approved, and then we'll outline all the different parts of the meeting and the time, and then the time that it ended. Right? Give me 2 minutes, guys. I'm just gonna get something real quick. Give me 2 minutes. All right, I'm back. My apologies. So another move from here to now. Extremely cool. All right, so let's start, right? Let's start with the date and time. Date and time was Wednesday, 18th May 2022 at 3:00 p.m. Then you put the venue. And the venue was the business department meeting room. And you put meeting attendees. Before I put that, so the meeting was called. You see that part in the a general meeting of the Students' Council of First Class Center. General meeting of Student Council. First Class Student Council of First Class Center.
So they say the meeting, they say one meeting will be held on the 18th. And it's supposed to have another date for the meeting because they say we'll meet
It's
again.
supposed to be the date and
Oh,
time
no, the
was supposed
meeting
to be the
ended would be
4th.
end. Oh, so that was the date of this meeting. When was the date
Was
of this?
supposed
When
to
was
be
the
the
date of
4th.
this meeting? They made it 4th. Thanks. And I was seeing it. Any question? Thank you. Wednesday, May the 4th. I just see a date and went to it. See why it's good to read the question properly. All right, so Wednesday, May the 4th. All right. For general meeting. Then you put attendees. And you'll get that from your register. That'll be, is that Thomas Brown? Good pay to have a format you want. Put in Dahlia first. Is Kevin? Then I put in Thomas Brown, Khalil, Mohammed, Winston, Lau, Lau, Nadia, White. Absent was Mabel Gray, the next person name. Then you have your business from previous meeting. And that will be in minutes being read. Let's go to the script. Chairperson perform her usual duties at the beginning. Outstanding information from previous meeting was read. The report for first quarter was sent to the principal. The business from previous meeting. Minutes from previous meeting. If the chairman is doing his usual duties, is what should happen. Read and approved. Outstanding information from previous meeting was read. Report. It is a report from the first quarter. Right. So that is everything from the previous meeting. Now you look at matters arising or new business, whatever you want to call it. Or matters arising. And that would be, I try my best to read this thing, huh? My eyes is not ready, my eyes not eyes in right now. Let's see what. New relevant discussions took place about the annual pay. Postal is a posters to advertise the pay. Sample posters were submitted. Location of pay finalized. Agreement agreed to cost of admission to pay. All right. So annual pay. Cost of posters discussed. Sample posters submitted. Location of pay finalized. You see, let's pin mark the information they have here. Cost of admission agreed upon. I see first new business. The second one, members were asked if they had anything else to contribute to discussion. Winston Lau offered to print tickets for the pay. So you could probably put that out under additional matters. Good morning. Winston Lau. Agreed to print tickets for the fair. Thank you letter was received regarding donations to the place of safety children's home. After that, the meeting was adjourned. Meeting adjourned at 5 p.m. Date and time of next meeting. Date and time of next meeting. Wednesday, 18th of May, 2022 at 3 p.m. Did I say you'd format the minutes more or less? Start off with the date and time, the venue, the purpose of the general meeting or purpose of the meeting or who called the meeting, the people in attendance, if anybody is absent, the person who's absent, and then it starts off with what happened first. When usually the first thing that usually happens first is the minutes from the previous meeting are read. And then confirm, right? So you see how they said the chairperson did what is normally done. That means he read and approved the previous minutes. Then they talk about the matters arising, that is what the meeting would have been called for. He'll go through those things. If anything additional came up after, you will highlight those after. Then you'll put what time the meeting was finished. And when the meeting is finished, you call it adjourned. As when a meeting ends, right? Meeting adjourned. And then you put the date and time of the next meeting. And that is your format for your minutes, more or less, right? Yeah, second, I'm changing location because I am present to that. Yeah, right. We need all that space. Yes, put extra space in case you may make mistakes and stuff like that, right? Yeah, about a receptionist again. You really like receptionist. You see, state 4 attributes for a receptionist that a receptionist should possess.
Honesty,
Honesty,
integrity,
Polite,
integrity, what is what you said?
being polite,
Polite, right? What else? You see,
Confidentiality.
yeah. So we should call it confidentiality. Private, you call it private. Or about helpful? Or trustworthy? Professional? Ethical? What you think about those? You'll agree? Disagree?
yes,
All right. Now, and now setting them on new location there. All right. All right, so I heard honesty, integrity, polite, private. Let me set ethical, professional. What else you said? Well, you gotta put trustworthy. If you have honest and integrity already. Tidy. Organized. You can put well groomed, you know. Then you see in a large organization, management sometimes assigns employees to work in different departments within the same organization. State 3 reasons why management may take this action. Why they might assign employees to work in different departments within the same organization.
Conflict between employees and co-workers.
What's up between employees and co-workers?
Conflict, like, so arguments and things that disrupting the process how the work happening, they'll just switch them out.
So and to increase productivity.
Alright, so let's now use the first one first. So to reduce conflict, to increase productivity. What else?
Promotion.
And so training, which could lead to promotion. So
So
they
what
work in,
about
if they work in different departments, they could learn about the different departments. What else? Somebody saying
like-
what about?
Specific
To reduce-
department about lack a specific department about lack of employee. We could just transfer one of the employees from our next
So like up.
area.
reduce workload?
So what? Reduce workload? Well, that's kind of like the follow up, but also put it to reduce workload. As you know. Andrea Gale, who resides in Barbados, was invited to a conference in Washington, D.C. The conference is scheduled to commence on Monday, the 6th of June at 1 p.m. 2 travel itineraries, option A and option B, for the flight from Barbados to Washington, D.C. are shown below. Option A, option B. Assume you are Kabir Patel, the travel clerk. Prepare a memorandum. I tell you all you had to do, you gotta write something all the time, right? Most of the time is at least 2 things, and it will be in section 1. All right? Prepare a memorandum to Miss Gale explaining 2 benefits of each option. So who the memorandum is to?
Miss Gale.
Miss
You
Gale.
can put out 1 time, right? One of you had the whole name up here. Andrea Gale. Miss Andrea Gale. The date, remember I told you all, if they don't give you a date, you use today's date. 17th May 2024. Who is it from?
Kabir Patel.
Kabir. I didn't know if that is a Mr. or Miss, to be honest. I don't know. I never saw the name Kabir before. So I'm just gonna put Kabir Patel, travel clerk. What will be the subject? Travel itineraries. Travel itineraries to Washington. Travel itineraries options. Any of those will be good, right? travel itinerary options. Let's take a look at them and see if we could state the options. Before do that, are we gonna start off with a day, ma'am, or day, Miss Andrea Gill, in our memorandum?
No,
No,
sir.
no, you don't, right? Are you gonna have a kind regards or any kind of complimentary clause at the end in your memorandum? No.
No.
A memorandum does not have those things, right?
Yeah.
All right. We're just gonna go straight to the point. Benefits of option A, blah, 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 blah. Benefits of option B, blah, 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 blah. All right? All right. All right, so, all right, there's everything for the options here, right? Option A includes dinner. And sandwiches with juice. Option B has an earlier flight, has earlier flight. See both of these any night, in the evening and night. So option B has earlier flights and are cheaper. And is a option A is also a direct flight. No. Option A is not a direct flight. They fly to Miami first. And then from Miami to Washington. This one, Miami. They're staying in Miami for a shorter period of time in option A. Because look, from 9:11 p.m. to 11:15 p.m. So in option A, you're staying in Miami for a shorter period of time. Dinner is included, as well as a sandwich with coffee and drink from Miami to Washington. Option B, it is getting snacks on your flight to Miami, but it's an earlier flight and it's less cost effective. It's less costly overall, but you're staying long in Miami. All right. So they said just benefits, right? You write benefits of option A. One, less time spent in Miami. Dinner included in flight to Miami. Sandwich and drink included in flight to Washington. Less time spent in Miami. In brackets, I'll put the amount of time. Two hours and 4 minutes. What else we said? Dinner included in flight to Miami. What else? Um, sandwich and with drink and flight to Washington. sandwich with drink offered in flight to Washington. You also arriving to Washington earlier. Because in Washington, for the first option, you arrive in 1:15 a.m. Second one, you arriving at 8:20 a.m. Arrive at Washington, D.C. earlier. You all think anybody thinks there's any benefit that we may have missed? I think we got all. Anybody seen any that I may have missed?
No, sir.
All right, let's look at option B. Let's start with the memo over time. Please see the benefits of each itinerary option below. Benefits of option A. Look at benefits of option B now. The first one is less expensive or less costly. Breakfast included and flight to Washington. Breakfast included and flight to Washington, D.C. Depart earlier. Depart Barbados earlier. Some people might see spending longer in Miami as a benefit. So they get to stay in the next place for a while and explore it. So longer time spent in Miami. I guess snacks available purchase could be a benefit. I didn't have stuff written here. That's supposed to be breakfast included to flight to Miami. Open section 8. Earlier departure time. From Barbados. More time spent in Miami. Snacks available for purchase from flight to Miami. Available for purchase. to Miami. Okay, maybe put a 6:18 departure time from Miami as a benefit. Say they don't have to travel at 1 in the morning. You think I left out any? Right, so if you like, when you're writing it out, you'll have to write like how I write it, just get it in a slightly more detail if you like. Benefits in option one include number one, less time spent in Miami. According to in option A, the total amount of time spent in Miami would be 2 hours and 4 minutes. Benefit number two, dinner included in the flight to Miami. Without an additional purchase being needed necessary, dinner would be part of the total cost included in the flight to Miami. Three, sandwich with drink offered in flight to Washington, D.C. without any additional cost. Sandwich and drinks will be available with this option. Early arriving time to Washington, D.C. Number four, benefit number four. Choosing this choosing this itinerary will allow you to arrive to Washington, D.C. faster than the other options. Then you go to benefits of option B. First one, less costly. The overall cost for option B is lower than option A. Second one, breakfast including flight to Washington, D.C. with no additional cost to the being born. Breakfast will be made available from Miami to any flight from Miami to DC. So the departure time from Barbados under this option, time is earlier than the other option. And so forth, right? Let's give you the blueprint. All right, so you ain't gonna put no kind regards. I know yours truly. So go to the right side there. For your want at the end of it, you could put the person name, not any kind regards or anything. So you could put Kabir Patel Travel Food. The name was a travel, what's again? travel to. Visit. Number 4, suggest 2 functions of the Human Resource Department. What are some of the functions of the Human Resource Department?
To train employees.
Anything to do with employees will be the Human Resource Department. So training employees,
Recruiting.
recruiting, and firing. Huh? You could put hiring and firing if you want.
Hiring.
Recruiting and hiring will be the same thing. So training, recruiting,
So deployment.
employment, performance appraisal,
Switching their
what is that? Somebody is saying something that's not, I didn't hear what they say. You can repeat it?
I was going to say switching, like switching their
Switching their roles.
rules, yeah.
So yes and no. The manager, if anybody is switching their roles, it will be the manager. But the manager would do it in accordance with the HR. So I guess,
Induction.
but that could be like deployment, induction.
Okay.
So nice enough. Two factors that might contribute to a high employee turnover in an organization. We did this already, so I'll just put in some information. Salary. So you see, a high employee turnover, meaning they leave in plenty, right? For working, for working conditions.
So conflict in the workplace.
Conflict in the workplace. Poor management. Anything else? Okay, possible to leave early. Lack of infrastructure, lack of resources. Poor communication. You get 7. Anything that will make employees want to leave. See? Megastores Limited provides goods and services to O&M enterprises located at 101 Brunswick Street, Spanish Town. The following transactions took place during May 2020. Blah, blah, blah. They give us the transactions, blah, blah, blah. Use the form provided on page 17 to prepare a statement of account for O&M. Use the item provided on the statement, calculate the amount of O&M enterprises would be required to pay if the amount is settled before the 15th of June 2022. So we're working, so I'm going to send this picture in the group? Can you give me one last 2 more minutes? I was gonna get one more thing again and come back. We'll pay for it and come back. Give me 2 more minutes. In the meantime, you can look at the obvious fields. So it has some obvious fields for us to fill out. And again, you see date is current data. We'll see unless I tell you otherwise, the date is the current date. All right, give me 1 more second. All right. All right. We open up this. Mega Stores Limited provided goods and services to O&M Enterprises located at 101 Brunswick Street, Spanish Town. So, 2 would be to who? Who would the 2 be to? Who?
O&M.
O&M. Correct. O&M Enterprises. So the address 101 Brunswick Street, Spanish Town. The date, unless I tell you otherwise, today's date. And let's see the information we have here. So they say the 2nd of May, the balance was 2,500. So that's the first thing we put in. 2nd of May. The balance is 2,500. Right. So you had 2 payments. The 6th of May, check for 750. 9th of May, 250. And then the 16th of May, they issued a credit note for 45 for the return of defective goods. Issued an invoice of 25 for items purchased, valued at 1,800. Issued an invoice on the 26th for items purchased, valued at 1,200. 10% discount is given in payments made before the 30th of June 2022. A 10% special discount is given if payment is made before the 30th of June. All right. So firstly, what does that 2,500 balance represent? Anybody? Come on.
Is the question?
What does the statement what does the balance represent?
I balance
That's how much you have remaining on that day?
How much it have remaining? Kind of, but this is
balance going forward.
right. So the balance brought forward for O&M Enterprises, right? What does that balance represent?
What I want from the last.
Does it represent how much they are what?
Owen?
Right. It represents how much they have outstanding, right? Right. So the Owen 2,500. So when they make payments, it's going to reduce the amount they owe. When we send them an invoice, that means they purchase more and they're gonna be owing us more. Right? When they returned the credit notes, when they returned, which is when they have the credit notes, if they return the goods, do they owe us more or less? If they return any goods?
Less.
Less. So we'll take that away, right?
Yeah.
So let's start. May the 6th. Details would be check 101. So that's reducing how much they owe us. It's gonna go okay. So the balance will be 2,500 minus 750. $1,750, right? The next one was the 9th. Going in chronological order, right? Payments. Check number 102. And that's for 250. So now they have 1,500 outstanding. 16th of May now. Details will be returns. Credit note number. $10. And this is also reducing how much they owe in. So it's coming on this side. 45. So now they own 41,455. There's a minus 45 from the 1,500. Then on the 20th of May, we issue the invoice. So that means you had a purchase. Invoice number 25. And that will come on this side, 1,800. So they now owing 1,800. It's 1,800, okay. They now owing 1,800 plus 1,455, which is 3,225. 255, sorry. And the last one 23rd of May. Purchase invoice number 26. It was for 1,200. So they now owing 3,255 plus 1,200, 4,455. Then they said a 10% special discount is given if payment is made before the 30th of June 2022. Using the terms provided in the statement, calculate the amount that O and M enterprises would be required to pay if the amount is settled before the 15th of June 2022. So according to this, they owe in 4,455, right? They want to know how much they'll have to pay if they settle before the 15th of June, which means if they get the 10% discount. I'm gonna flip this back. So if they get in the 10% discount, then they would have to pay 4,455 minus 10%. Paid would be 4,455. You forgot earlier. Yeah. Take away 10%. 10% of 4,455 is 445, right? So that equals to 4,455, take away $445.50. It is equal to $4,009.50. So that is how much you would have to pay. You understand how I got that, right? Because they paid before the 30th of June, they get the 10% special discount. So that's a minus 10% from that. From the balance. And you'll understand how I did this? Anything that made them owe less, a minus, and I put it on the credit side. Anything that make them owe more, I add and I put it on the debit side. And that's how we get this balance. Everybody good with that?
So you can explain that over?
All right, so he started off owing 2,500, right? He paid 750, then he paid 250. So in total, he paid 1,000. After he paid that 1,000, well, first he paid the 750. When he paid the 750, that brings his balance owing to 1,750. Then he paid a next check at 250. So that brought his balance owing to 1,500. After he did that, he returned the goods worth $45. So he was no longer owing for that $45 since he returned it. So his balance owing was now 1,455. However, he started buying things again. So on the 20th of May, he made a purchase on credit of 1,800. So that increased how much he was owing. He went from 1,455 to 3,255. I added the 1,800. After that, he made a next purchase of 1,200. So that increased how much he was owing again. So how much he was owing went from 3,255 to 4,455 because I had to add the 1,200. So this 4,455 is how much he's owing at the end of May.
Okay.
And then to pay it off, we get 10% discount. That's why I minus the 10% here. To see how much you'd have to pay since you gain the discount. Push this back. What does CIF mean?
Cost insurance, right?
Yeah, but what does that mean?
That
Because
is
they have cost insurance right here.
Oh,
That
I
have
didn't
the
see.
answer.
That is how much I know how much are like we say if like it's stuff coming on like a boat or something like that is like the cost that is paid for the shipment or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. So the charges paid by this by a seller, the person who's selling the goods, to cover the cost, the insurance, and the freight of the order while it's in transit. So yeah, you're not wrong. You're basically correct. So it's the charges paid by the seller. So the person who is selling the goods, they are paying for the cost, insurance, and freight of the goods while it's being shipped. By the seller for the cost, insurance, and freight of an order while it is in transit, while it is being shipped. What does errors and omissions expected mean?
That's like we say if somebody the supplies get damaged on different things.
Anybody else want to try? All right, so it's to try and help you to not have any legal obligations. So if you make a mistake, let's say the invoice supposed to be 1,000, but you make an error and put the invoice as 100. Errors and omissions accepted is a statement that to help is like a legal disclaimer to let the person know that there's a possibility that there could be errors. And it cannot be held to legally abide by any errors that you made in your documents. So it's a legal disclaimer. That states that they can potentially be incorrect or incomplete information and that they are not to be held liable for it. Now they're asking for the difference between a quantity discount and a cash discount?
A quantity discount is like, let's say, buy stuff like in, like, let's say, you buy 5 of this, you get a discount.
Right, so give one to quantity discounts are given for buying in bulk,
And cash
whereas
discounts. So like, let's say if you borrow money and you pay back in a certain, and you pay back before time, you get a discount on the cash
right,
that
so
you
not for borrowing money, but when you purchase on credits,
Okay.
given to encourage faster payments. I just gonna collect the thing I paid for. It will take a few seconds. Right. Number, is this C? Bally, Bally, I mean, spelled incorrectly, but close enough. Construction Co. Limited. Purchase 5 chairs from Office Max and receive the following invoice. So they want us to calculate the final amount. That they have to pay. So let's see. It's 5 items, 670 per unit. So the total cost to be 670 by 5. Which is 3,350. And then it's 1 unit at 450, which will be 450 in total. You add them together, you get 3,800.
So wait. So how you get at 3,250? Slow down.
It's
Hold on.
650, so it's 5 units
Mm-hmm.
Each unit is cost 670.
Mm-hmm.
So the total cost will be 670.
So you
multiplied by
multiply
5.
the 670 by 5?
Correct.
Okay, all right.
And the second one was only 1 unit at 450. So 1 by 450 is 450. Then I add the two of them and I get 3,800. But that is not all. They said to add 5% VAT. 15% VAT, though, sorry. So I'm going to calculate 15% of 3,800, which is 570. So my total would be 3,800 plus 570, 4,370. Anybody lost or you understood how I got that?
Mike, I understand.
Sir, you can explain how you got the VAT, please.
All right, so they said VAT is 15%. So I took 3,800 and I multiplied it by 15%. Or 15 over 100. And that gave me 570. So once I got it, I added both of them together. And that's how I got the 4,370.
Okay, thank you.
Problem. Everybody understand, right? Everybody good? These are Minias.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
C, number 2. After 3 days, one of the new chairs malfunctioned. Bang, check, check. Explain 2 actions that the customer service clerk at Office Max should take to ensure that the complaints are addressed effectively. What should they do?
Um, they should like refund the person or like get them on next one.
So they could refund or replace it, right?
Yeah.
So before they do that, they will issue a credit note. So the credit note would allow the person to either get back a next share or get something else of equal value, equal or lesser value. What else should they do? Should they report it?
Yeah. So that they would like fix the chairs before they started selling them or like I don't know, figure out why the chairs
Mhm.
defective.
Wait, they say explain. So you have to go into more detail. So you need to see the credit note to the customer. Opportunity to use the credit note to get either a new chair or another item of equal or lesser value. Right? The easy word explain, so you have to explain. Port management. The issue. This will allow them to be able to conduct investigations to avoid a repeat. Now, if the exchange is being made, you have to ensure that the new item is fully functional. So you don't want to get them a next item and it's the same issue again, right? Or offer a refund of money spent. There's an invoice, no money spent yet. So we can offer any refund. You'll understand why they can offer a refund, right? The reason why they can't offer a refund is because when they use an invoice to indicate how much money is to be paid, that means they didn't pay the money as yet. Right? If they have no money to refund. All right, last question. Operations again, right? Three functions of the operations office for the production office. Produce the goods and services. Maintain inventory. You'll give me one now? Satisfying customers would be marketing. Operation deals with the products.
To ensure the business is running efficiently.
That is management. Operations is the production department. And then the last topic in the OE syllabus, operations, dispatch and transport. The operations is the production department.
So overseeing the day-to-day activities.
That's management.
Mm. Mm.
Answer the question. As if instead of seeing operations office, you'll see in production department. The answers would have been different. You're seeing operations and thinking about management function. The operations office is the same as the production
So
department.
like to make sure that the products are is like the quality of the products are good.
Right. Right. I'm gonna give you one here now. That is a function of every department. Please, with other departments. Any department they give you, and they ask you to list functions of that department. One of the functions will be to liaise with other departments. And they can't give you a drum. They cannot. The three duties of a clerk in a dispatch office.
To dispatch of the
Understand?
so to like to ensure that the goods are being sent out on time and different things, or like is that they like in charge of like the pay and like different things to dispatch to the workers? I don't know.
Correct. They
Us?
are correct. They're in charge of properly goods will be for delivery. Dispatch office, the operations, they make it. Dispatch, they prep for delivery. And transport, they deliver.
So they
This one.
organize
Mhm.
stuff ready for transport.
They prep it for transport. So they will do stuff like
Also to make sure goods are delivered.
so what?
To make sure goods are delivered.
Yeah. Instead of saying that, say coordinating the delivery of goods. You have to liaise with them because you have to find out when people buy stuff, who they have to deliver the goods to, and stuff like that, right? So all of these. Assume you are Trelisa Bacchus. We clerk in the dispatch and transport office. At Eco-Friendly Supplies Limited. Go for this way. Mr. Shane Denny, the supervisor, sent you the following email outlining the deliveries to be made. Use the details provided in the email to complete the destination sheet on page 62. This is the last thing. No, it's not. So we're going to send a screenshot to the email. See the other scroll up and down. 1 second. And let's go to this email. Okay. Subject deliveries, the 5th of May. Lisa. An order of 100 black garbage bags was received from BJ Plumbing located on River Street with Woody's Pizzeria. The restaurant on Church Street ordered 150 pizza boxes. Asked Cindy Bieber, and if that's Justin Bieber person, to take the orders in the minivan GL 297. Romero Green can accompany her. The businesses, both 8 kilometers away, are on adjacent streets to Roseau. Deliveries are to be made tomorrow. Pizza boxes will be delivered before 11 a.m. So that's from that read. We know the class of the vehicle is the minivan. The driver's name, the vehicle's number, sorry, is GL 297. The driver's name is Cindy Bieber. The mate's name is Romario Green. Is this hard or easy? You literally just take any information from the email and putting it into the document.
Who is
So this-
Omar?
Oh gosh.
So this one you're doing might be easy, but then again, you don't know what I'm bringing on because them bringing us a new thing that nobody know nothing about.
Have faith. The destination. Woody's Pizzeria and BJ Plumbing. Distance now. The businesses are on adjacent streets in Rizal, so both of them are basically the same distance. 8 kilometers. Company name. You just put in company's name. BJ Plumbing. Excuse. Company address. They put River Street, that's all they have. River Street, Roseview. Type of goods, garbage bags. Quantity and description. 100 black. What's the license? Comments? Do you have to put any comments? No, it's pizza boxes that must be delivered before 11 a.m. So you'll put the comments for that one. So the next one now, Woody's Pizzeria. The location is the location. Church Street. Big Street, yeah. The buy-in. Pizza boxes. On Jan 50. 12-inch. And then the comments must be delivered before 11 a.m. Oh, The delivery time there, 6. The date, I mean, the date, 6. Supervisor, um, what is this, Danny? Mr. Shane Denny. And that is it. You just take the information and put it in. As simple as that. While preparing the order for delivery, Miss Bacchus recognized that there were only 90 pizza boxes in stock. Describe the most appropriate action to be taken by Miss Bacchus. Now you can put multiple different answers here and get it correct. Once it makes sense. Who wants to give me a solution? Don't you all rush at once? So they ordered 150 pizza boxes, but they only have 90. Miss Bacchus realized. What should Bacchus do?
You could call and let them know.
Bacchus should call and let them know. Call who? Who should Bacchus call?
The person who ordered.
Remember, this instruction was given to Bacchus from
Not a
the
supervisor.
supervisor. So she, instead of going beyond the supervisor, who was the person that would have been liaising with the customer in the first place, she should report to the supervisor. And the supervisor should contact the customer and negotiate with the customer. If the customer will still take the 90 and then take the rest at a later time. If Mr. Denny could maybe, instead of contacting the customer, see if Mr. Denny could order more boxes for order it for free delivery. So you can see if you can get it in time to place the order on time for the customer, whatever the case may be. But you cannot contact the customer directly. Whatever action is happening must be done by the supervisor, because it's the supervisor that gave you the instruction in the first place. Make sense? It makes sense? Why you can't contact the customer directly?
So why I can't contact them directly? Say it again, please.
Because the instruction was given to you by the supervisor, your supervisor.
Okay. Okay.
The supervisor would have been the one liaising with the customer in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of going over the supervisor said, you have to inform the supervisor of what to discover. And the supervisor will then make a decision. And that is 2022. 10-minute break, and then 2021. You'll give a 10-minute break.
Sir, can you send that, please?
Yeah, I'll send it. So 10-minute break and then 2021, right?